What do they say? Imagine everybody in the audience naked, but then yet you've already seen them
naked.
all naked.
Yeah, I've already seen
What's the difference between this makeup and, say, like normal makeup?
Everything. Obviously, there's a lot more care and time taken into this makeup. Stage makeup is heavier than...
I'm getting zoom in on the beautiful makeup.
Stage makeup is a lot heavier, or a lot heavier than I wear every day, and some people do wear.
But that sexy look, you know, like your
The porn star look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was calling it the sexy look, but we'll call it porn makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think that differs to, say, you know, girls going out on a Saturday night, or do you think we're actually at that point where, probably thanks to people like the Kardashians, porn makeup is the same makeup that girls do on a Saturday night?
Oh, I think Instagram makeup is more full on than porn makeup now.
True.
Like Instagram makeup, which I think is what a lot of girls are wearing on a Saturday night now, is super contoured, like heavy highlight, heavy, like it's a lot more than what we do in porn. Like in, obviously I'm getting ready for stage, but if I was getting ready for a porn scene, we can't have all of that contouring on, because when we start actually getting intimate with someone else, that moves and we'll have like big like brown lines on our face as the foundation moves. It doesn't work for
Panda eyes are not that sexy, are they?
No, it can't. Well,
Not the start.
some people like that. Some people like that in the end, but yeah, it's. I think that now with all of the Instagram models and all of that makeup, that very highly stylized makeup that people are doing for social media, it's gone to the point where a lot of people are wearing that kind of heavy look day to day. I don't when I'm not shooting porn or when I'm not on stage. I wear a lot less makeup. I have to wear makeup so often that I like to give my skin a break and just, you know, put some CC cream on and some mascara and some lip gloss and leave it at that. I like to be.
Do you ever get requests from fans for like no makeup or a more natural look when filming?
I have done, and I have, you know, I post more natural photos on my Instagram sometimes or on my Twitter, and I've done scenes before where I've had very little makeup on, so fans have seen me like that as well. But I like to get glammed up. And
what do you think guys prefer? Because I feel like walking around downstairs, there are a lot of girls, like some are very done up, but some are quite more natural.
Yeah, I think there's flavor for everybody. I think that everyone has their preferences, and some people like different looks for different occasions. I think that obviously right now this is we're all about the glitz and glamour. This is the Avian Awards, so we're not going for a natural look, but there's definitely a place for that girl next door look, and you know, just waking up next to your significant other and seeing them in their more natural state. But that's not tonight.
Yes, if there's jizz on the face.
Yeah.
The worst thing you could do is say, ew, like,
Yeah.
go wash that off. I don't want to.
Okay, so we are behind the scenes with Annika Albright and her makeup artist, Cami. And I'm just curious to find out what it actually takes to get ready, not only for an award show, but if you're getting ready for set.
Definitely you want to be clean. I'm one of those like technical people. But it's
But by clean, are we talking about face or other areas of the body?
everything.
Okay.
But it is very good to have like clean hair and a clean face so the makeup artist can have a nice palette to work on.
What about, you know, this idea of, obviously in your position, you have to look sexy. You know, that's the aim of what we're doing here. Do you think there's a difference to the look that anybody would go for when they're doing an award show for something at the AVN's on set versus, say, you know, a girl that's out on Saturday night?
You know, I think it really depends on the girl. Some girls want to go like over the top, do something that's like super glamorous. Like a lot of the girls who are like the barely legal girls who just shoot a lot of young porn. I know a lot of them don't want to be perceived as like little and cute when they're doing their own thing, you know, at an award show. So I have girlfriends who will do the little cute stuff for shooting, but when it comes time to AVN Awards, they can do whatever they want with their hair and makeup. And a lot of them choose to do glamorous.
I think the interesting thing when we first met is we met on a set.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how much work the makeup artist has.
Oh,
Can we give a jump in? I mean, what's some of the myths that maybe, or some of the behind the scenes that you could explain that's involved in when you're doing makeup and getting your makeup done on set?
Cami, you want to chime in?
Basically, you have to make sure, like the director might have a certain look in mind, but you have to make sure that the model is comfortable in it, or they give me hell over it. You know, for example, the director says she has to look fresh-faced and young, and she's one of those girls who likes blacked out smoky eyes, and that's her brand, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna have to explain that unless you clear it with the director, he's signing the paycheck, and I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, or just girls will come in and they're not as considerate as Annika. They're not clean.
They've been out all night. They're like, oh, I still have some makeup on me left from last night.
Or I've seen them do several scenes in a week, and I know that they haven't shampooed their hair, and I know what's in their hair. I don't want to touch that, but
But do you, because obviously you have to touch up all the time, because I think one of the things people aren't aware of is it's sometimes before you get into the real heavy stuff, it's start, stop. And obviously your makeup is going to get a little bit messed up than someone who's just on camera talking to a camera.
Yeah.
So as a makeup artist, are you ever in the position where you're kind of fixing girls up with lube
sometimes, like I've had girls come running at me. I've been in the biz since '99, and I have had girls come running at me for touch-ups with who knows what running down their faces, and you know, and then the director will be like, oh yeah, just, you know, a little powder and lips, and we need her to look like she did. And I'm like,
before she was rolling around in the hay with someone.
Yeah, I need her in 2 minutes. And I'm like, have you seen her face?
It's gonna take a little more than that.
We're gonna shoot the box cover after we do the hardcore. Really? So
do you have to use like waterproof mascara and all sorts of heavy duty stuff so it doesn't run when they're having sex?
yes.
Yeah. Sometimes the directors like it to run, though. It depends on the director.
Sometimes the girls like it to run.
That's true.
Sometimes the girls want to come out of the scene looking like they have just been wrangled and, you know, tore up. So in that instance, you make sure that everything you put on them runs. So, and for me, that's kind of hard. Actually, that's harder than keeping it on, because I like to use stuff that stays put. But most of the time, we need a little bit more, because we're dealing with fantasy characters. So we need to make them, you know, even when it's a light, no makeup, it's still what we call porno natural. So they still need to have something on.
But what about on a personal level? Because I imagine that, you know, a makeup artist is not exactly a job that has an adult qualification, in terms of you're not a director, you're not an actor, so you know, you're coming in to an industry that can be very confronting. Do you think even the makeup artists need to be very open-minded and supportive of this industry to work in it?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I know that there are a couple of girls out there who they prefer to do more mainstream, and they kind of treat this as just like, well, it's a paycheck. But I think that the more successful artists in this industry are actually, we take it seriously, and we try to come in every day and give it our all and make sure that these girls look and feel really hot and really sexy, and, you know, try to help them get through a really good day. And you have to know that a girl might come back to you with lube on her face, or she might come back to you with, you know, girly smuts on her face, or
something else.
You know, it's part of what we do in the adult biz, so that's what we're working with.
But whose job is it to take it off? Like, do you take it off?
I usually give the girls a wipe and just tell them, hey, you know, why don't you run in and just, you know, this part of your face.
But she's so polite and like so friendly about it. Like nobody ever feels like, oh, Cammie's grossed out. Like, she's
Yeah.
always really kind about it.
It's part of the job. I mean, and it's just sex, and you know, we're all here because somebody had sex.
Yeah. Well, 2 people, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
You know, during the AVNs, the one thing that has amazed me is that how many hair and makeup artists there are. How many do you think are currently in the hotel full time
Oh
with the
my
girls?
god. Well, because there's
a lot.
actually people that come in from Vegas, and there's people that come in from LA. So I'm guessing. I mean, there could easily be 100 artists running around in here.
Wow.